Welcome everybody to Dan Has Fun with me, Daniel. I had to reset my password for this. In the Saturday, I'm not sure what to do right now slot. Super Auto Pets, available on Steam and on your phone actually as it happens. I have it on both, but just for sake of making this easy to record, we're on the Steam version. Doesn't cost anything. Admittedly, I've spent a little bit of money on it just to get an expansion pack. Because maybe 5 months or so ago, I saw this. I'd had a couple of beverages, saw some cute pictures, and I was like, oh, you know, that's free. Why not? It's actually quite fun. As it happens. Stumbled on it completely by accident. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll explain what it is. We're on beta 15 apparently at this point. Practically speaking, it means hopefully the servers will be good. We will see. Given that I have predominantly spent this, spent one evening playing this, one day, while otherwise mentally engaged, I'm not expecting to be an expert at this either. But let's have some fun. Let's see what happens. Going to arena mode, that's kind of as close to single player as you're going to get. And this looks pretty basic off the bat, right? There's not a huge amount going on. These cost 3 gold, hence the sign that says 3 gold. You have 5 slots that you can have. We are not going to be filling up 5 slots off the first battles, just not feasible. We have how much money we have. You get 10 every turn by standard rules. 10 hit points. If you lose hit points, you lose all 10. Game over. If you win 10 matches, you win. So it's not going on forever. And this is just the turn number. So we're on turn number 1 because we haven't started yet. We have 4 things in our shop. We have a beaver. And each animal has slightly different rules on what it does and doesn't do, depending on, when it's bought, when it's sold, when it's used. There's a lot of variety. So a beaver has 2 attack and 2 health. And if you sell it, it gives 2 random friends 1 hit point. An ant only has 1 hit point, but when it faints, it gives a random friend 2 attack and 1 hit point. And then this ladybug, or a ladybird, I guess I would call it, being from the UK, if you buy food, which is something else we'll get into, you get 1 hit point and 1 extra strength until the end of battle. I don't really feel like this is a very good option. The dice, or the die, I guess, here indicates what tier number it is. We only have tier 1 animals right now. They tend to get better as they go by, but it's not always the case, or at least I didn't see it that way. I don't know what's particularly overpowered and what isn't. Honestly, I haven't looked at a tier list. I haven't gone online digging. I feel like that kind of ruins some of the fun when you're playing something. I don't know if there's going to be a one-off or what. We'll see how it goes. See how I feel. Anyway, we have 10 coins. These will cost 3 each. This gives you a B, so if something dies, it gets a 1 attack, 1 hit point B on it afterwards. Can be useful, but I'm not going to prioritize it. I'm going to get this beaver. The fact that took a second to load doesn't give me the best of thoughts for how the server's doing right now, but we'll see. We'll get this ant. I don't care for this. We're going to roll. Roll and cost you 1 coin. And we have the option for a beetle instead. So 2, 3, which is significantly better. If it eats shop food, it gives the shop pets 1 health. So if I took this, fed it theoretically this apple, which gives 1 by itself, it would mean that it would end up being 3, 4. Oh, no, it would not, sorry. It would get this guy 3, 4. My bad. We're going to actually freeze this for next turn. We're going to get the turn set up. So we get to name our team. You know what I'm thinking. You're thinking, it's not necessarily wanting to be child appropriate so much as we don't want to be incredibly rude. Not my type of issue, but let's be the underwhelming sausages. It's a bit better than it being leaking, I guess. Okay, and this is what it looks like. There's hands off. It's an auto battler. So we're against the leaking sardines. These are real people, but they're not necessarily live in real time. What it is in essence is, there we go, as I click back on the screen there, they kind of think about it. What it is them going at it, headbutting each other, taking things from there. We don't need it to be this slow, so we're going to put it on autoplay. I just wanted to stop there for a second while I was talking. And that's a draw. Which I'm fine with. See, 10 hit points, 10. We get the nice little base. On turn 2, we still only have turn 1 animals, though. So we actually have perfect duplicates of everything, which is interesting. Is that a good thing, though? I don't feel like having a powered-up beaver is actually that helpful. If you end up putting stacks of the same unit together, they can level up and their effect gets stronger. But I believe a level 2 beaver is actually not that much better, really. I don't think a level 2 ant's actually going to be that much better either, thinking about it. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this ant, I'm going to actually put it there so they can both have their effect go off. I'm going to keep you frozen. I'm going to roll once. Okay, pigs, just when you sell them, they give you 2 gold. So when you sell an animal, it's usually going to give you the amount of gold equivalent of its level. This gives you more than that. But they are not very good. They only have 1 hit point. 3 attack, but only 1 hit point. I'm not feeling that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this out here. And honestly, I'm going to give this a B. It doesn't feel like the very strong play, but we're going to do this at the back with the hope that the ants then power these guys up and then turn. So who are we against? The illegal eggplants. They have a level 2 guy already. We didn't have the option because you need 3 level 1 units together to make a level 2. We have a powered up bug, so that's doing pretty well. They had a flamingo. Flamingos give strength to units behind them when they faint, but we had that covered, so we're good. Hooray! Happy face, our first little cup. Now we're at turn 3. Level 2 animals become available, but we now lose 2 lives per lot. You'd only lost 1 heart before. We do have a level 2 creature, a hedgehog. When it faints, everybody else on the field takes 2 damage. Not sure that's the best. We have a fish, which is a level 1 unit we didn't get option to before. When it levels up to level 2, it gives everything else on your team a bonus, which isn't bad. Crickets, when they die, they just summon another pretty bad unit. Can actually be pretty helpful. Some combos with that go really well. We now have access to a sleeping pill. It kills one of your creatures, but it makes its effect go off if it has a faint effect. So the ant, for example, if we pilled the ant, it would give a random person on the team there an extra hit point and 2 extra attack. But obviously, we would have to put another unit in there. It only costs 1 gold to do that. A cupcake is a temporary buff, so I don't really care hugely for it. Admittedly, it does go well with the beetle, but I don't think beetles are particularly great either. I don't really like any of this, to be honest. So what we're probably going to do is pill an ant, hope it doesn't hit the beaver. That's the second worst pick, but at least it's something. We are then going to... We're going to try and get 2 units down or 1 unit in a food. So I'm going to roll. We have 2 other tier 2 units. Try and put my teeth in and say the words. We could have a spider, which when it faints summons a level 1 tier 3 pet as a 2 attack, 2 hit points. There are some interesting tier 3 animals we haven't seen yet. We'll get to that when we get there. And then we have shrimps, where when you sell a friend, so anybody except them, a random friend gets health. I don't feel like that's particularly good either. We have meat bones just from 5 extra attack, which I think can be pretty useful. None of this is really doing it for me. I think we can roll better than this, but I am going to keep this apple frozen so when we roll it doesn't disappear. In case we end up getting something to feed to our beetle to then make this better. A mouse, when it faints, puts a mouse on the opposing side, which doesn't really do it for me either. So we can do 1 more roll. we are fishing a bit. This is all rubbish. So what we're going to do in the meantime then, I guess, is feed our beetle. That will buff these guys. We will then take... I'm going to take this pig, because at least it'll sell for 2 next. I don't like this. I don't think we're getting a lot out of this, to tell you the truth. This feels pretty bad. I don't feel like we grew very much. I'm not even going to freeze that beaver. I don't feel like it's worth it. Okay, what are we going to get this time? Fizzy baguettes. They have a... Yeah, double ants. Double ants. Cool, they have a level 2 bird, too. That bird's going to ruin our day. He's going to ruin our day something fierce. So that's a big old lose. And we lose 2 of our hit points. Okay. That's the unit that had a blue bird. So when it ends the turn, the unit furthest on the left, which I guess means was to the right, so to the left, opposite direction camera for the win. It gets 1 extra attack. Dromedaries, not feeling that. Not feeling a lot of this, to be honest. I'm going to freeze this just in case. Get this pig out of my face. I hate it. I'm going to freeze this, roll once. There's a bat. That makes enemies weak, or at least an enemy at level 1, which means they take more damage. And it also means if they have an item, the weak overrides it, which is pretty cool. Oh, I'm not feeling a lot of this. I feel like we're having the struggle times. I wish we could get... I'm going to put that in, just so I can get rid of it. Freeze that. Roll once. We got a peacock, so if it takes damage, it gets more attack. I'm tempted to roll 1 more time, just to see what we get. Not a lot would be the answer to that. That was rubbish. So we're going to sell this guy. That's not exactly what I wanted that roll to be, but you win some, you lose some. I still don't care for any of this. Okay, 2 bats at least is interesting. I'm not feeling a lot of this, I'm going to be honest. So we're going to stack up 2 bats. We're going to put the ant in the middle, because these guys are useless, they're just going to get wrecked. I'm almost ready to put that at the front, do it like that, then instead put something a bit stronger at the front. We're probably going to lose again. Let's see what we get. Broken tugboat. That's a pretty dangerous looking pheasant, or peacock. Close enough. That's helpful. That was pretty good. Yeah, this peacock is going to hurt our feelings. He is going to be very rude to us. We need this bat to do 1 more damage, but we are, yeah, we're going to lose again. Kind of figured as much, right? We didn't get a great roll. I was fishing for something we just didn't get. We're losing another 2 hit points. At least we're up to tier 3 animals now. Rabbit's a tier 3, but I don't like it very much. Something eats food, it gets health. Owls, you just sell and get a boost off them. We're getting no synergy with anything right now. This is harsh. Clearly gonna have to unfreeze that for now so we can roll at least a level 3 food item. But yeah, this is pretty nasty stuff. I'm gonna combo those up, take that in, roll. I was hoping to get a slug, but no slug. At the very least, we can do this now. There's a level 4. If you level up a unit, you get the next tier's worth of animal. But this is a worm. It eats shop food and it gets stronger. It's not that good. It's the problem. But we can't afford to roll against. We have to pick something here. Tropical fish gives more health to adjacent units, which is okay. None of this is really setting the world on fire, is it? I guess we'll take the fish, put it in the middle. I don't have anything to make this synergize, so we'll just probably get wrecked again, I guess. And there's no point buffing the owl because we're going to be selling it. And there's no point buffing the ant because I don't want it. But right now it's the strongest unit we've got. Oh my lord. Yeah. Oh, those fish are going to hurt my feelings. Please weaken it. That was close, but not quite. And you buffed my bat. Thank you so very much. This isn't going very well, is it? Well, at least they were dapper with their top hats. Because we're losing 3 a turn now, if we lose again, we're game over. This is not going well at all. Swans give you more gold at the start of your turn. I actually really like the puppy. If you keep 3 gold or more, it gets buffed. We have no ability to play that right now. We just don't have any hope, a hell's chance of doing that. We need something with some immediacy. Okay, that's a bit better. So a blowfish, if it takes damage, it does damage back as long as it doesn't die. So I feel like we're just gonna have to go out on that. There's not much else we do. The hatching chick temporary gives +5/+5 to the unit in front of it, which is interesting too. So what do we want to do? I'm going to feed this guy. I'm tempted to sell this ant. I'm going to sell this ant. He's not doing anything for us. So then what we're going to do is we can either get the blowfish, put the hatchling chick in front of it. Yeah, what I'm going to do this to get that in. I could have done another apple on this first, but I'm not sure if I want to instead. Sell this. That is like the one unit I did not want that to hit. So it's perfect. And then what we're going to do is put the hatching chick there. We have 2 left. We're going to freeze that because it's food. The sheep is pretty good. It just summons 2 extra units. It's pretty good, but it doesn't really fit anything we're doing right now. Roll again, just to see what we get. We've got another fish. I really like the caterpillar, so it gets experience every turn. If it gets to level 3, which is the maximum level, it will copy the stats of the strongest unit you have. But that's not very helpful for us right now either. So we're not going to bother freezing it. Tiny Cat starts as a 5/3 now. I remember that being absolutely awful before. And I still don't like it because its ability I think sucks. But we're probably going to lose. We're going to buff our... There we go. Buff our everything, effectively. The tropical fish and the hatching chick do not synergize at all. Like, at all. I still think we're going to have a really bad time. Look, they have 2 puppies. It's pretty awesome, but not good for us. Not good for us at all. Yeah, we have a problem here. Well, we lost, but at least you get to see what the game's like. Let's run it back anyway, just to see if we can do something a bit less terrible. We lose. We got a whole whopping 3 points. Let's do it again just in case. This is a shocker of a start. I do not like this at all. Triple pig. No. What a rubbish start that is. We're going to be... I feel like chipmunks that are chunky would be cute, so let's go with that. We're going to get wrecked, probably. Yeah, that's definitely a better team than what we have to work with. We lose. Honestly, though, losing the first couple of rounds really doesn't matter all that much. You only lose 1 heart. And it's purely pretty much look at the draw, right? Why are we getting so many pigs? Well, we're clearly going to put them together. We get a level 2 unit, it's a bat. That worked so well for us last time. We'll get this bluebird. I guess we're going to be keeping this pig for a bit. As a result, I'm tempted to even freeze it, but I'm not going to. We're going to roll. Might as well use... You can't keep gold between turns, so you might as well use it up. Do we like any of this? Not really. Hopefully we don't get wrecked this turn, but I think we're going to. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we are. You better believe we're getting wrecked this turn. Don't get me wrong, that was a good thing to hit with the weakness, but... yeah, at least we're not losing, I guess. I'll take the neutral face. Okay. It really wants to give us pigs in this game. Really, so we're going to get a bet. I'm going to freeze this. Not that it's good, but it's something. Do we like any of this? Not hugely, but I don't want to roll again. So, how do we want to do this? I think we're going to sell that off the bat. That was a pretty rubbish roll, but what can you do? That way I can freeze this once, roll one time. I don't like dromedaries, but right now I'll take what I can get. Next turn, I'm going to have some pretty good animals to work with, hopefully. That's the hope, anyway. This doesn't look as bad, right? That wasn't very helpful, but... oh, that's not good for me. That's not good for me at all. Okay, this has turned very bad very quick. I made a terrible mistake. Well, at least these are buffed for all that blooming matters. We're going to combine these. We're not going to keep two dromedaries on the same team. That's just asking for trouble. Go on then. Is the pig still going to be the play to keep? I'm going to actually take a goose, put that... oh, sorry, a swan. My apologies, Queen. I can't see the pig hanging around for all that long. That's the thing. And it will sell for 4 gold. So I'm just going to roll once. Well, at least that levels it up. Well, I could level up the dromedary, I guess. If I level up the bird, it'll give more attack. If I level up the dromedary, it'll make the shot pets better, I think. I'm going to do that. Freeze this. That's actually a pretty good combo with the dromedary, so I can get that buffed off the start. Okay, I don't hate that. We're going to unfreeze this, though. I don't feel like that's giving us much. Do we want to power up the swan still? Honestly, I feel like we're going to be stuck with the dromedary possibly for longer than the swan, but I feel like the swan is more useful. Just gold is better than having possibly +2/+2 on everything, you know, semi-permanently. Oh, they have a caterpillar. He's so adorable. This doesn't look as bad, but we still get pretty unlucky, so that, yeah, that beetle ended up with 1 hit point. We're going to be fine, though. Hooray, we actually win something. Isn't that awesome? I was trying to forget what that felt like. Okay, so that's the extra goal. We have 11 instead of 10. We are going to power this up. We get a level 4 bison. So at the end of the turn, if you have a level 3 friend in your team, it gets buffed. We barely have level 2, so that's not very useful right now. That's really like the worst thing we could have got on a level 4 roll, honestly. We're going to take the blowfish, I'm pretty sure. What we're going to replace it with. Honestly, I think the pig's time to go. See ya. That gives us 4 gold as well, which is awesome. Get him at the front. Meat's not bad, but I feel like we can go for more than that. And we're going to be at least 2 things on the table, surely. Do we like any of this? Peacock goes for a very similar game to Blowfish, so no. We haven't seen Dog yet, I don't think. If you summon a friend, you get more attack or health, but we're not playing the summon game, so that's fine. I'm going to take this. A bat now makes 2 enemies weak instead of 1. We got a llama as a tier 4 option, which is useless for us too. I feel like this is a trap. It makes you play with less characters. In return, it gets buffed. I'm not buying it. So we are going to roll one more time. Ooh. Well, we might as well get something, so I'm going to take this bat. This dromedary is not going to start long turn. And you'll also notice it only affects the start of turn animals, so if you re-roll, they don't get the +2/+2. let's keep going. We're still going to power up the Swan for now. The Swan isn't great, but I can see it hanging around for a bit. We might put the Bat at the back, given I think he might actually hang around. These guys have the golden poops on their head, so they have played this game a lot more than I have. They had a deer, it turns into a boss, which is pretty fun. It took out my unit behind, which is pretty rude. I think we're in for bad times here, guys. Yep, we had the exact wrong numbers there again. If we had one more hit point on either of our last two units, that would have been fine, but nope. Nope, nope, nope. There is a Swan there, so that's interesting. Might as well take it. I'm going to roll. I'm going to freeze that. There's a turtle. We haven't seen one of these yet. So when it faints, it gives the person behind what's called melon armor. You take 20 damage less on one separate, one individual occasion. I'm not feeling this, honestly. So we're going to sell you for 2. Turtle's pretty good. And now the question is, do I want to go Blowfish salad, or do I want to try and roll? That sounds terrible, by the way. Blowfish salad. Oh dear. No, Blowfish salad, because at least I know what I'm going to get. Okay, that hit the Blowfish. I'll take it. We're going to put this at the back then, because I think the Bat's going to hang around longer. Honestly, I'm tempted to put this at the front because it does more damage. And then we'll put the Blowfish in the middle. Yeah, that'll work for me for now. I'm not sure the Bluebird's actually that strong, but it's better than a kick in the pants, right? Oh, they have a Blowfish too. It has garlic on it, which means it'll take 2 damage less, which is very inconvenient for me. Oh, that's funny. His Blowfish hit my Blowfish, and then killed his Blowfish. A good old Blowfish Ricochet. And that melon armor's really shown its worth there. Nice. That worked pretty well, didn't it? We're up to tier 4. It doesn't make you lose 4 hearts, at least. We still effectively have 2 lives. There is a deer. When it faints, it turns into a boss with splash damage. Pretty cool, but we don't have any synergy with it. None of this is doing it for me. So we're going to roll. Canned food just gives you... So all of the shop animals are better in the future. We're going to freeze it for now. We are going to take garlic armor, absolutely. There's no point putting it on the Blowfish because the melon armor would overwrite it. So that's something to bear in mind. I'm tempted to take that Swan. It'll give you another gold at the start of the turn, so I'm going to do that, because then the canned food actually doesn't matter there. Tier 5 goat. If you buy a friend, you get a gold. I don't think that's very good, to be completely honest. So instead, we are going to freeze this as well. Roll 1 time. Another Swan. Skunk is a level 4 that I think is kind of interesting. So at the start of battle, it reduces the health of the most vital enemy in terms of hit points, the one with the most vitality, by 1/3. Can actually be pretty helpful if they're stacking all of their stats on 1 unit. It's not bad at all. It doesn't really fit what we're doing, though, very well. So I'm going to freeze it just in case. I'm not going to try and worry about getting a level 3 Swan. I don't think it's going to be that long for this world. Instead, I'm going to put garlic armor on the Bat, and then I'm just going to put the canned food in for the future. And we can't afford anything else. Let's keep going. There's not a huge amount of synergy on this so far, I think it's fair to say. And that team doesn't feel particularly brilliant either. That's a very good use of the weakness, though. Oh, we're going to do more Ricochet, I guess. We're going to do... The old Blowfish Ricochet's been doing the numbers for us. Doing those positive numbers. And we're up to 12 gold a turn now. That's nice. We have another garlic armor. I'm going to put that on. I know the Swan's not going to be around forever, but I still think that's a pretty good investment. We're going to roll. Pairs just give a pet 2 extra of each stat. That's pretty good. I'm going to freeze it as a result. I'm going to have to decide, do I want a skunk in this lineup? And I think the answer is yes. We're finally going to get rid of our bird. It does make us a bit limited from a scaling perspective, but this is something. Buffalo, every time you buy a friend, it gets buffs. I'm not over the moon about that. Squirrel at the start of the turn makes the food cheaper. I don't feel like it used to do that last time I played, but that actually is a lot better than what I remember it using, doing in the past. I am going to just feed this blowfish. Yeah, I think that's all we can do for now. The skunk can go at the front. I don't think the skunk actually matters where it goes, and it's got okay stats. So, not as good as but that bird up front. That dolphin is scary too. We haven't seen the dolphin yet. It does 5 damage to whoever has the lowest health, which is a bit unfortunate, but worked out not too badly. That was a really good hit. Like, that was very helpful from the blowfish. We're still going to lose, don't get me wrong. Well, draw, I guess. Maths didn't work for me there. But we got a little bit lucky. We're on to turn 9. We're up to tier 5 animals. Not that you'd know, because we didn't get any. We haven't seen roosters yet. They summon chicks with half the attack of this unit, but only hit 1 hit point. I feel like that used to be a lot stronger than it is now. That doesn't synergize with what we're doing at all. Tropical fish works a bit better with this build, but I don't feel like it would improve on anything we already have. So we're going to do the old roll immediately. Dolphin is what they had in the last battle. So yeah, it does 5 damage to the lowest health opponent, which is really good for sniping those weak units giving big buffs. We also have access to chocolate now, which just gives experience, which can be pretty helpful. I'm going to put that on the blowfish immediately. That gives us a level 6 animal. It gives us a mammoth. When it faints, it gives everything to attack 2 health. Is that better than a skunk? I don't know, so I'm going to freeze it. A seal is a level 5 animal. It eats shop food. It gives random friends buffs. It's okay, but it's not fantastic. I actually quite like the dolphin. It doesn't fit what we're doing. It does combo well with bat, though, because bat can weaken the enemy, and then it can snipe them in 1 hit. So there are uses to it. But then I would have to either... What I'm actually looking for is a pill. I'd love to pill the turtle to get melon armor on this guy, so that I could then put something like this in here, or a mammoth. I think that would actually work quite well. None of that does what I want it to do, but we can afford to roll 1 more time. Another blowfish is interesting. We have sushi, which is just +1/+1 to 3 random animals, which isn't bad. I'm going to keep that locked. For now, I'm just going to power this up and throw the sushi. That's not bad, although I wish it hadn't gone on the turtle if we're trying to get rid of him. So it could have been a lot worse. I'm going to put this in the middle because I want the turtle now to get the blowfish into action as soon as possible. This is a scary team with the scariest of bunnies. Although getting weak on that is fantastic. Very, very good. Unfortunately for us, we're still going to lose. So now we are very much on 1 hit point. It's okay. Poodles give stats to every Pokemon. Every Pokemon? Every animal from a different tier. Every Pokemon. They're cute like a lot of Pokemon are, I guess. Pokemon on the brain. An eagle summons a level 1 tier 6 pet when it dies, which is pretty cool. My kingdom for a pill. Still not a pill. I'm not going to roll infinitely for a pill, but I will roll probably 1 more time after this. I don't understand what this means for a lobster. Give it 2 attack, 2 health when not in battle. I don't know if that means like between battles. I don't know, but because I don't understand the phrasing, I don't trust it. I'm going to roll 1 more time. We did not get the pill we were looking for. which sucks. So now we're going to go for chocolate, but we can't quite get it leveled up that way. There's a chicken there. If you buy a tier 1 pet, it makes current and future shop pets better. Scorpions are really interesting because leveling it up is pretty much pointless. But it will knock out the Pokemon in front, guaranteed that it attacks. Unless you put an item on it. That, like, weird peanut effect going on there. I don't know what it's meant to be, but if that gets removed, then this unit just turns into garbage. Oh, this is so rubbish. I don't want to freeze that either, because if it... What I'm going to do, this is not a great play. I'm going to freeze... I'm not going to freeze it. What does that... I haven't even seen this before. Bore. Before attack, gain 2 strength, 2 health. For a level 6 unit, that doesn't feel very good. I'm not feeling that. This guy now knocks the maximum amount of health down by the healthiest unit by 2/3, which is really good. I'm gonna roll for a pill. Rhino's pretty good too. If it knocks a and it's a Pokemon again. If it knocks a pet out, it does 4 damage to the first enemy. That's splash damage. Well, I didn't get a pill, but that's an interesting development, I guess. So we're going to go for a Blowfish for now. We're going to keep that frozen because I still think it's better than a turtle. If I can get a pill on the turtle, I need melon armor on the unit that's doing most of the work. I feel like we're probably going to lose, but we will see. Oh, Scorpion off the get-go. That's kind of funny. Look at all of the hedgehogs. And you notice that we managed to get rid of the peanut effect there. This is going to be funny. Because what happens when a Blowfish takes damage? We have a Blowfish on each side. It dies. I'm doing 4. Oh my lord. The recoil is killing everything. Recoil for days. Well, at least we got the tier 6 legitimately. So a T-Rex, if you have 3 or more gold at the end, it just buffs everything. It's very good. I'm going to do that immediately. I'd love to can, but I don't have time to can right now. Please give me... It's determined to not give me a pill at this point. So all we're going to do then, I'm going to level up the Blowfish. Gives me another Gorilla. Gorillas, when they get hurt, get a coconut shield, which just makes them immune to damage on one occasion. It doesn't combo well. The microbe, by the way, makes every pet weak when it faints. So it's a bit like an all-in version of the bat. I don't think it's inherently better than the bat. It's just different. Oh, man. We could have even got melon armor on the roll at random. We haven't got that either. A pill or a melon armor would have been fine, and we've not rolled it a single time somehow. I don't even know how we haven't rolled one yet, but we haven't. So I'm going to roll. Cow's pretty good. It replaces the shop food with free milk, which is just free stuff. So if you have a food synergy, it works really well. Octopus is just pure stats, and I feel like it's okay, but not amazing. I don't feel like any of that's worth doing. Oh my god, we finally got a pill, but at a time where then we wouldn't be able to afford to put a unit on the field. Oh my god. Okay, that sucks. That sucks the big one. So really the question now is it going to be worth pilling this to get off the bat? Of course it's not. We're going to freeze it, see if we live a turn. What are we meant to do here? What a disaster. It's the worst play in the world, but I'm going to put honey on this skunk. Just hope we get to the next turn. That's terrible. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, we're not looking good here. That bird's got steak. It does like 20 extra damage once. That was rude. Okay, and then we're going to get hit by a bus. And the bus is going to kill the skunk. But the skunk's going to turn into a bee. We are... Oh. Okay. Well, we're going to live for another day. Unless it had been anything except a unit that spawned something else. alas, that's just how it goes. We will live for another day. Anyway, we got turn 11. Thank goodness. If I'd just gone the first game, you'd be like, what is this idiot doing? There is a bit of luck to this, obviously, especially at the start. But anyway, that was fun. If you liked it, let me know. We might play this for a couple more videos while I work out what I want to permanently do for a Saturday evening video slot. But if you end up really liking it, let me know. We'll do it a bit more. So I appreciate your time. If you like the video, again, please make sure I know one way or the other, whether it's thumbs up, comment, whatever, both, preferably. Let me know. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care.
Thank you for watching the video.